Hello, everyone. A wonderful day to all of you. Welcome to the Institute of Global Professionals. Today, will have another live session of free international webinar here in IGP. I hope that you will stay with us until the end of the program because we have a lot of things in store for you today. Here in IGP, you do not just listen to our speakers, but we also encourage your participation through our quiz competition and also in our Q&A part. In our quiz competition, the top 10 participants will receive their quiz completion certificate, that is right after the event. Then it will be followed by our Q&A part where everyone will have the opportunity to interact with our speakers by sending in your questions in the comment box. In the latter part of our program, we will give you the certification code and the certification process on how you can generate your e-certificate. With this, everyone is encouraged to stay with us until the end of the program because a lot of exciting things awaits us today. I am sure all of us will have many takeaways and payoffs from this webinar. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to be associated with IGP as a global member. I am honored and privileged to host this webinar. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome all of you to the Institute of Global Professionals free international webinar. From time to time, you may like, share, tag, comment, and mention your friends in the comment box. Then, once again, I am Marbeth, a core volunteer of IGP from Philippines. With this, I would like to say, let's watch together and learn together. We believe that the power is gained by sharing knowledge and not by hoarding it. Before we go further, let me tell you about IGP. The Institute of Global Professionals is an educational institution which provides social work. We believe that it is not effective to increase one's skill by just acquiring formal education. So we provide training and consultation to generate a proficient generation all over the world through webinars, trainings, and online and offline courses with best speakers and highly trained coaches from all over the world to cater you with best learning platform. I am proud to inform you that IGP is an ISO certified training educational institute. We are internationally recognized and globally accredited. IGP is your trusted platform to learn new things from the global leading leaders. We are the leading online skill development institution with thousands of learners worldwide. We are committed to serve. Our mission is to empower people and enhance their skills through webinar. And did you know that as of yesterday, we have already successfully completed 224 webinars in various topics of your interest? All of these are available in our website, that is www.eduigp.com. Feel free to access them anytime. With this, we expect that all of you are getting a little bit benefited both in your personal and professional life. We wish that you remain with us in this long journey. Then, once again, let me remind you, don't forget to like, share, tag, write a comment, and mention your friends in our comment box because this encourages us to do better and give our best service. For today, we are presenting webinar number 225 with the topic Stress Management Amidst Pandemic with three dynamic speakers, that is Maria Teresa Andaya, Antoinette Saldivar, and Jaime Regine. Let's start our program with the IGP mantra, feed your skills, innovate, inspire, impact. Without further ado, let us welcome with virtual round of applause our first speaker for tonight. Let's welcome Ms. Maria Teresa Andaya. Hello, ma'am.
Hello. Good
How are
evening.
you? How are you, ma'am? Could you tell us more something about yourself for a while?
I'm Maria Teresa Andaya from Subic, Zambales, Philippines. I have 7 kids and have 2 grandchildren. So I'm working with the school for a couple of years. That's it.
Oh. Yes, Miss Maria Teresa Andaya is a teacher three and a MAED graduate. She is going to talk about today about types of stress and stressor. Am I correct, ma'am? Am I correct, ma'am Andaya?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's welcome with another virtual round of applause, Ma'am Maria Teresa Andaya. Could you share us your screen?
All right. My topic for tonight is stress management amidst pandemic. Under this, I have to discuss with you the types of stress, stressors, and of course, the sources of stress. So, right from the time of birth till the last breath drawn, an individual is invariably exposed to various stressful situations. What are these stressful situations? So, we have if we don't have foods to eat, if we don't have playmates to play with during our formative years, if we don't do our assigned tasks and do not meet the deadline. So those are some of the stressful situations. And today, the modern world of achievement is also a world of stress and has been called the age of anxiety and stress. So the higher your position is, the more stress you will encounter. So we always encounter stress in our life. So stress has been defined in many different ways over the years. It was used in physics and it meant an external pressure, tension, load of an object. And it was conceived as pressure from the environment, then as strain within the person. So the stress is not only for an object, but it also for the person. So stress is defined as the pressure experienced by a person in response to life demands. And these demands are referred to as the stressor and include a range of life events. Physical factors like our hunger, the pain, or the cold. So, or the celebrations we are giving, like if we have a birthday party. So, those are the life demands that will give us stress. Not only that, we have only the environmental conditions and personal thoughts. All the things that we think, sometimes it will give us stress. So, stress is a process of adjusting to or dealing with circumstances that disrupt or threaten to disrupt a person's physical or physiological functioning. Stress is tension. So we always say that we are tense because of something that will contribute to give us stress. So strain or pressure. So from time to time, we are pressured by our peer, by our family, or by the environment. That is from a situation that requires us to use, adapt, or develop new coping skills. And because of this pressure and because of this tension, we can think of how we can cope up with this stress and that we are developing our skills. So, stressor, that is the stimuli proceeding or precipitating a change. It may be an internal, our fear, or our guilt. For external, our peer pressure, our trauma, and the like. So we have the types of stress. So stress has a good influence on human in terms of physical and mental ability. It acts in a positive for the individual and organization. It also provides the sense of urgency and alertness needed to survival when confronting threatening situation. And this positive stress is what we call the eustress. So if we have a positive type of stress, so the counterpart of this is the distress. And that is the negative stress that may cause illness. So if we are always stressed and that stress is a negative one, it will cause us sick. And this distress is also called the harmful stress. Why? Because it will give us a mental disorder. Negative stress could be also described as a burning out. It is a contributory factor in minor conditions such as headaches, insomnia, ulcers, and the like. So we always feel that our head is like a what you call that one, always aching, and we cannot sleep at night. So we are having our stress, especially when our work is so much more pressure. So stress cannot be viewed if we do not have this stressor because these stressors are the stimuli. And we have the different types of stressor. One is the physiological stressor. So under this, we have the chemical agents, the physical agents, the infectious agents, nutrition imbalance, the genetic or immune disorder. So all of this will give us stress. Next is the psychological stressor. So we always feel this one. So the accident can cause stress for the victim, not only for the victim, but the person who caused the accident and the families of both. Why? You're always thinking of what happened to the victim, the expenses that you are going to contribute to the family of this victim. So you are always stressed because you are always thinking of a way that you can respond to that accident. Next is the stressful experiences of our family and our friends. So what are those stressful experiences of family? So like if we have the loss of our loved ones or the marriage of our younger daughter or younger uh, child, or they do not finish their study or their course. And for our friends, especially if this is our close friends, so if you have a some misunderstandings, so that will lead to your separations, so it is a stressful experience. Next is the fear of aggression or mutilation from others, such as murder, rape, terrorists, and attacks. So those are the stressors. And we have also the rapid changes in our world, including economic and political structures and technology. So those will give us stress, especially when we are competing with the other countries. And that is my presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Andaya. That was really informing. One thing that I like about your presentation is when you mentioned that stress is not really negative at all because it has positive and negative effects to human. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
So
that
we
was
should not
actually.
always. give the negative ones, but we should always get the positive ones so that we will have a healthy mind and physical.
Yes, because most of the time when we think about the word stress, we think it in a negative form. Our connotation is something that is negative. But today, our takeaway is that stress is not really negative at all, because sometimes it becomes our motivational factor in doing things. Okay, thank you very much. That was remarkable. Thank you so much for giving your time to us, ma'am. And then I would like to remind everyone to please support us with your like, share, tag, and comment in our comment box. And please spread the news about IGP to your friends. Thank you to your support. We will give the e-certificate link in the comment box. If you encounter any problem later, you can collect your e-certificate direct from our website that is www.eduigp.com. Then after collecting your e-certificate, don't forget to celebrate with IGP by your check-in. At this juncture, let us welcome with virtual round of applause our second speaker, Miss Antoinette C. Saldivar.
Okay.
Hello, Ma'am Antoinette.
Hello.
Yes, good evening in the Philippines. How are you, ma'am?
I'm okay.
Okay, could you tell us something about yourself?
Okay. Good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. So I'm Antoinette C. Saldivar. I'm 39 years old. I'm a public school teacher for 14 years, and I'm handling grade 9 science. 2018 when I finished my master's degree. Okay, so I'm married and have two daughters.
Okay, that's good to hear. Once again, let's welcome Miss Antoinette C. Zaldivar with her presentation.
Okay. Um,
Okay, that's
can you
great.
see my presentation, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good evening, everyone, again. So, before we begin, I'd like to thank everyone for joining and supporting today's webinar. I hope that at the end of our session, you will be able to identify ways to help manage your stress. But before we formally start our session, I'd like to start us off with a quick icebreaker. Okay, so I'm sure you all have heard the series Squid Game, the popular green light and red light. But this time, I slightly changed it to fit our activity. So here's how it works. I will be showing different situations, and in the comment section, you will either type red if you recently experienced it, and type green if not. So it's a matter of red and green only. Okay? So I repeat, if you experience the situation, all you have to do is type red, and if not, simply type green. Okay? So be ready, guys. Let us all participate. For the first picture, we have, okay, first picture, we have loss of loved one. Okay, let us see. Okay, so let us check our comment section in FB Live. Allow me to read the comments of our participants. Okay, let us wait for the response. I repeat my instruction. If you experience the first situation, all you have to do is write or type red. Okay, and if not, all you have to do is write type green. Okay, for Ma'am Eileen, thank you so much for your response. Answered red. Eugene Gabriel. Okay. How about this one? Ma'am Trinidad answered red. Okay. Belle answered red. Carmela Jean answered red. How about the others? Okay, thank you so much. Anna Marie answered green. Okay. Then, another from Jemeline de los Santos Torres, answered green. Okay, so thank you for your quick response. By the way, I'd like to extend my deepest condolences for those who experienced our first situation. Okay, next, we have overwork. Who among you experienced this situation? Okay, let us see. Maria Teresa, thank you so much. Answered red. Okay, how about the others? Let us see. Let us wait for their answer. Okay, Ruben de la Cruz answered red. Thank you so much. Okay, then we have Lady Harleen, red. Okay, Martinez also, the answer is red. Okay, so it seems that the color of the day is red. Most of our participants answered red. Okay, now let us move on for the next picture. Trouble sleeping. Okay, trouble sleeping. Let us go again to our comment section. Okay. Ricky Torres, thank you so much. Answered red. Leia May Uson, answered red. Okay, it's very quick response. Maricel Agnas, green. Diana Rose, green. Okay. How about the other? Let us see. Rio Urbano. Do I pronounce your name correctly? Rio Urbano, answered red. Okay. So, thank you so much. Uh, Most of the participants still, we have, okay. How about this one? Andrew Pahe, answered red. Christina May Bonilla, answered green. Thank you. Let us now proceed for our next picture. We have overthinking. Okay. How about the other? Jonalyn Lopez, answered red. Thank you so much. Janela Maga, answered red. Irish, answered red. Overthinking, is that true? Andrew Pahe, answered red. Jemeline de los Santos, I'm sorry, green. Chris Ann Bonilla, all good for you, answered green. Okay, so thank you so much to everyone who participated. So as you can see, majority of participants answered red. Okay, so thank you so much. So for today's webinar, we will be discussing how to identify the symptoms of stress as well as methods to help manage your stress. Okay, so here are some symptoms that a person might experience when they are under stress. But let us categorize them into three. So we have physiological, psychological, and the cognitive indicators. Okay, so for the first category, we have physiological indicators. So when we say physiological, it is the response of our body to the different stressors. Okay, one example of this is a dilated pupil. Okay, in a normal situation, this is how our pupil looks like. But when a person is under stress, the size of the pupil is larger than its normal size. So when we say dilated pupil, it is a normal human body response. Take note, it is a human body response. So in times of fear and sadness, our body receives an increase in adrenaline. This adrenaline then prepares our body to fight. And one way it does this is by dilating a pupil. Like for example, you nearly step on a snake and you're suddenly frightened. So during that time, our body needs to have the best vision possible. Why? In order to take measures to avoid the snake. Okay? So that is how our body reacts in that stressful situation. Okay? So another symptoms under physiological aspect, we have rapid heartbeat and excessive sweating. So I want you to remember that these two are connected. It happens in the most inconvenient times. Like for example, you have a job interview and you're trying to be calm and confident. In this situation, like what I said a while ago, our body releases adrenaline. So these hormones now causes our heart rate to speed up, which later on leads to the production of additional sweat in our body. Okay? So, rapid heartbeat and excessive sweating are another symptom of stress under physiological category. Another one is dry mouth. Okay? So according to the Journal of Dentist Research, stress reduces our saliva that leads to have a dry mouth. Okay? Now, another visible sign that you are stressed is when you experience headache. Right? But not all headaches are because of stress. Right? Understanding what type of headache we are dealing with can help you identify whether stress is a major contributor or not. By the way, there are three kinds of headache. The first one is a migraine headache. So from the title itself, this is not directly caused by the stress. But usually, this kind of headache is on one side of the head, and it is worsened with daily activities like walking around. Okay? So another type of headache we have, that is what we call secondary headache. This headache is caused by serious condition. Like for example, a person having a tumor or stroke, that is secondary headache. The last headache is what we call tension headache. This is now, it is also known now as stress headache. So we can determine that it is a stress headache if both sides of our brain, okay, so both sides of our brain, and there is tightness between our forehead and at the back of our neck. Okay, so that is a stress headache. Right? So in physiological symptoms, like what I said, we have headache, we experience rapid heartbeat, excessive sweating, and dilated pupil. Now, other symptoms are under psychological category or the emotional aspect. Right? Now, it includes anxiety, fear, and depression. So when we talk about anxiety, stress makes us feel worried, it makes us feel uneasy or helpless. We tend to feel anxious when faced with a difficult problem at work or even at home. Okay? Another emotional symptoms is fear. It is an emotion or feeling of apprehension, seeming danger, pain, or threat. Okay? Then another psychological symptoms, we have depression. Stress can make us feel extreme feeling of sadness, emptiness, or sometimes we call it lack of worth. Okay? Now, the last category of symptoms is what we call the cognitive indicators. Now, when we say the cognitive manifestation of stress has something to do with our thinking and thought processes. Minor daily stressors can have significant effect on cognition. It reduces the number of attentional resources available for information processing in our brain. So during times when individual considered event and situation in their lives to be stressful, they allocate cognitive resources to coping with this demand. As a result, it limits available resources and makes us to have a lower cognitive performance during stress time. So when we say cognitive function, it includes our learning, thinking, reasoning, remembering, decision making, and even our attention. So therefore, you might find it difficult to carry out this cognitive function when you are under a lot of stress. Maybe some of you experience that you're busy with work and meeting deadlines, then you forget an important event or occasion in your family. This signals you that you are under a stress because you are having a difficult time remembering things. Okay? So, it's very important for us to listen to our bodies. Sometimes we tend to convince ourselves that we are not stressed, even though our body tells otherwise. Sometimes For the sake of productivity or for the things get done, we tend to push through and ignore the signals of our body. Okay? Our organs, take note, always remember this one. Our organs are interrelated. So if our mental health is not taken care of, our body will start exhibiting physical symptoms, letting us know that something is not quite right. Okay? So now that we establish ways in which you can identify that you are under a stress, the question now is, what can we do to lessen it? What can we do to manage it? Okay? First thing that we need to do, we must be open and honest with ourselves. The moment we are true to ourselves is when we can finally begin to help ourselves. We begin to manage our stress and help improve our overall quality of life. Okay? So here are some methods that you can implement through your daily routine to allow your mind and body to rest. Okay? First, spending time with family and friends. I know that with the current situation now, we cannot physically interact with or visit our family and friends. But with the help of technology, we can chat and connect with them through video calls or messages. Sharing ideas, having friendly conversation, bring back good memories together. It helps us to lessen our stress. It helps us to feel better. Okay? So spend quality time with your friends. Second, we have physical activity. If you are stressed or if you feel that you are stressed, I suggest take some time away from our devices. Maybe shut down your phone for a minute, close your laptop for an hour, go on a 10 minute jogging, ride a bicycle perhaps, try some yoga. Or if you are afraid to go out because of coronavirus, there is a huge selection of online exercise. Even dance, something or some way to get our body moving. Because physical activity help us to lessen the level of stress. Okay? Third one is laughter. Okay? Adapting humorous view towards life situation can take the edge of everyday stressors. Not being too serious or in alert mode helps maintain the calmness of our mind and it promotes clear thinking. Like they always say, laughter is the best medicine. And it's true because laughter can lower our blood pressure, it reduces hypertension, it provides good cardiac conditioning, especially for those who are unable to perform exercise. And and according to medical experts, laughter releases endorphins. When we say endorphins, this is the body's natural painkiller. Okay? The last methods I suggest is the breathing technique. Okay. We can also actively respond by adopting certain breathing techniques. So I'll share with you one of the methods I learned from a seminar I attended. This technique is called 2 is to 1. Okay? It is done by inhaling or exhaling our through our nose. Okay? So we will count 1, 2, 3 as we inhale and double the number as we exhale. Okay? So, inhale, count 1, 2, 3, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is why it is called 2 is to 1. Okay? So, let me demonstrate it first. Okay? Again, I repeat. Okay, this time let's all try it together. Okay, I want all the participants to perform this breathing technique, 2 is to 1 breathing technique. So we stick to number 3, 1, 2, 3 as we inhale, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as we exhale, and do it 3 times. Okay? Okay, so let us start. I hope all the participants are ready. Inhale, exhale, One more. Last. Okay. So thank you so much. Now, in this technique, you notice that we prolong the exhalation. Why? Because when we exhale, we are activating our parasympathetic nervous system. Or in layman's term, we are activating our relaxation response. Okay? So this may not help you to fully distress, but it is a great way to remain grounded and gain control when things feel too overwhelming and stressful. So when you are stressed, remember that relaxation is just a few breaths away. And that concludes my presentation. So thank you again for taking time to participate in this webinar. I hope you are able to take some of the information we learned today and apply it to your daily routine. Once again, good evening and thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Antoinette Saldivar. The knowledge you shared about how to manage strength is truly very enlightening. And the thing that I like most about your talk today is when you mention that about our body, that it tells us when we are under stress. So our body does not lie. So once we encounter those signs and symptoms, that simply tells us that we are under stress. Thank you so much again, once again, Ma'am Antoinette Saldivar.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, I would like to remind all of you again, once again, please support us with your like, share, tag, comment, and mention your friends in the comment box, because that is the sign that you are supporting IGP. Thank you. We will give the certificate link in the comment box, and if you encounter any problem, you can collect your e-certificate direct from our website, that is www.eduigp.com. Then after collecting your e-certificate, don't forget to check in with IGP. At this point, we are now ready for our last speaker for today. Let's call on the screen Sir Jaime Regine.
Hello,
Hello,
ma'am.
sir. Hello.
Good evening. Good evening, IGP.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, everyone. So my name is Jaime Gutierrez Ragine. I am 33 years old. I am a teacher three. I am a graduate of a secondary Filipino major, and I finished my master's degree, Filipino major also, and I'm done with my doctorate degree, major in management.
Okay, that's good to hear, sir. Congratulations. Could you share us your screen? Once again, let's welcome with a virtual round of applause, Sir Jaime Regine.
What happened?
Sir Jaime will tell us today about stress causing factors. Okay. Let's just wait for a while.
Okay.
Yes. Please share your screen.
Is it okay, ma'am?
No, we can't see it yet.
It's already here in my screen. What happened?
Let's just wait a while. Probably it's just loading. Okay, I could see it now, sir. Kindly put it in presentation mode.
Is it okay, ma'am?
Yes, I could see you. I could see your presentation and it's your picture.
Okay. Okay, that's it. Okay, as I said, I am Jaime Regine, a teacher 3 at Castilleos National High School. Actually, I will going to discuss with you and focusing only stress causing factors. So, how does a stress person looks like? Have you encountered, or maybe have you experienced to be stressed? Do you want to be one of them? Let's now take a look at the pictures of the stressed person. What did you notice about for this picture? She looks like worried. She looks drained. Maybe it is psychological stress. The second one, she looks like depressed. The third one, he seems not to know what to do. And the last one, he looks going crazy. Now that we have seen the faces of stress persons, let's find out the cause of their stress. Why does what are the factors? Number one is time. Why is it time is one of the factor of stress? The bureaucracy, working environment, physical environment, service, what else? Job demand, changes and technology. So why does time become a contributory factor to stress? Because time is the plan, schedule, or arrangement to do work. So why is it that time, one of the factor? Maybe you experience stress because you did not meet deadlines in work at your own pace. Next, I am fed up by keeping myself busy all the times to meet deadlines. The time given to me is too early. The travel time from my house and school is too long. My schedule is not good and I can't prepare my instructional materials well. The set time after my teaching hours to help struggling students. Creating effective lessons and assessments, that is probably the most time-consuming actively for me. I suffered overload and too much coordinatorships. I tend to summarize and fast-pace my lessons because of too much activities. And I experience stress because I have to do something because of too much paperwork even in my vacant time. So look at that, time is very stressful. The next one is bureaucracy. So it is the system of government in which most of the important decisions are made by department officials or superiors. So you are stressed, so I experience stress because of the inability to legitimize differences and ideas among the personal depresses creativity. New ideas generated from within would possibly be subject to scrutiny by the official hierarchy, especially if those ideas were in conflict with perceived rational teaching behavior. Inadequately allow for personal growth and the development of mature, healthy personalities. Inadequate structures or processes for the review of decisions. Unable to accommodate the diversity of external inputs needed for a democratic school systems. The extrinsic reward system that stimulates conformity rather than innovation. Administrators that control the employees' behavior to ensure discipline, uncertainty, and difference are not accepted, and compliance behaviors are in the foreground. The third one is working environment. The social interaction at the workplace, including interaction with peers, subordinates, and superiors. So I experience stress because of you have aspirations and qualification, but the system does not have better position for you. So you have a strong desire. Next is affectionate behavior from your colleagues is unimaginable to you because maybe you don't trust anybody. Advice from colleagues when faced with problems is rarity in your life. Maybe you are not friendly. Next, your relations with your head cause a great deal of anxiety. So don't hate your superior. Lack of involvement in decision making in school reduces responsibilities on your shoulders. So it is better. Your head do not understand your personal problems. So share it to others. Next is physical environment, the surrounding conditions in which the employee operates such as office temperature or equipment such as personal computers and processes or procedures. So you experience poor classroom lighting and ventilation. So you become stressed. Limited playing ground for outdoor learning activities. Inadequate infrastructure and learning materials. Inadequate and untidy toilets in the school are very important. Noise from neighborhoods. Next one is service. Service is an additional act of doing duties and responsibilities such as overtime and using your own money.
Hello, Sir Jaime.
Yes,
Are you
ma'am.
still there?
Yes, you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Wait a minute, ma'am.
I think your presentation is loading.
Yes, ma'am. So it's loading. Actually, service in addition, the next slide will be. Oh, what happened?
While waiting, I would like to say congratulations to Michael Brian Ravada. We have a special gift for you. We noticed that till date you attended most of our session. So we will share a lifetime membership certificate from IGP. Congratulations, Michael Brian Rivada.
Okay. To continue, uh, service is a stressful because you experience preparing meetings and extracurricular activities for students and parents. So sometimes you need to add additional meetings. For example, today pandemic, you need to call them, ask what they need. Next is partnership with other members of the community to support student learning and school-related activities. Some of teachers are tapping, they are tapping stakeholders to share the needs of the student. Uh, you experience doing home visitations, so you are stressful. Attitudes of parents during guidance counseling due to misbehavior of the children. Out of school activities obliged by the government. Lack of funds, resources to do the job. Overtime due to school programs and activities. Giving remediations to students due to tardiness and absences. And the last one, job demands. The physical, psychological, social, organizational aspects of the job that require sustained physical and or physiological effort or skill such as work, pressure, emotional demands. I cannot manage to cope up with the demands from my work. So they are asking something, sometimes it is not related to your works. Managing students with behavior problems, working with difficult parents because some parents are so bully, pursuing relevant opportunities to grow professionally and keep up to date about the current knowledge and research in the subject area, plan and prepare appropriately the assigned lessons and lectures, and too much paperwork. So after knowing the different factors of stress, let us dig into the meaning of the stress according to there's a Another one, the change in technology, brother. So they required forms to be downloaded through online. So the question is, what if you don't have an internet or gadgets? You are stressed. The forms to be accomplished online. Availability of multimedia materials in the school. Lack of trainings regarding the new technological advancement. Strong leadership to drive a well-designed technology plans in school. So, but what is stress? It refers to body's way of responding to any kind of demands or threat, whether it's real or imagined. The body's defenses kick into high gear in a rapid automatic process known as the fight or flight reaction or the stress response. The stress response is the body's way of protecting you. Stress is defined as a state where one encounters a chance related to what he aspires and for which the result is expected to be unsettled and critical. Severe stress can have an unpleasant effect on the lives of employees, which can lead to reduced effectiveness, less and increase in non-appearance in office, according to Ali Nawaz and Imamuddin. So conclusion had come up after thorough study of the research and dissertation. Let's find out. According to Orhe 2018, assess the perception of the faculty towards the stressors and the stress coping mechanism. The faculty perceived that role ambiguity, role conflict, and the physical environment seldom contribute to stress. There is a significant difference in the perception on the role ambiguity and physical environment as source of stress as to the age of the faculty. According to Pagayanan, determined the stress profile of the public elementary school teachers in Tacloban City. Specifically, it determined the sources and level of stress of the teachers and their corresponding coping mechanism. The study found out that there are many sources of stress of teachers, such as lack of teaching guides and learning materials, working under deadlines pressures, pupils' lack of interest, and poor study habits, having to deal with students' misbehavior, misconduct, and financial burden. The teachers' level stress was generally high. According to Konstantinos Kokinas Davazoglu, found teachers were having high level of stress because of the implementation of special educational curriculum. So according to FUM, study found student behavior was the greatest source of high level of stress to academic staff, and limitation funds for research were the highest source of stress. And according to Dr. Arnold Alvaro, majority of the teachers agreed the service is a highly organizational factor causing stress, and changes in technology and job demands is a highly work-related factors causing stress. It was also found out that physical environment is a highly organizational factor causing stress and role as highly work-related factor causing stress, whereas it was found out that working environment is highly organizational factor causing stress. So before my slides end, I have this saying, time is like a river, you cannot touch the same water twice because the flow that has passed will never pass again. Enjoy every moment of your life. So times can never be turned back like a water flowing in the river. Once it passed, there will be no rewind. This is a parallel to our life. We can never go back to what already happened. So the things to do is to enjoy every moment of it. Thank you for your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sir Jaime, for that very interesting discussion about stress causing factors. But, sir, I have a question here for you. Would you mind?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, with all these with all these stress causing factors, How will you advise us so that we could overcome stress and have a positive outlook in life instead of being negative sometimes?
So, always be happy, ma'am.
Just be happy.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. As I said, ma'am, enjoy your life. Take all those negative as a positive. Because I discussed already about it in terms of education, my fellow educators.
Well, thank you so much for that wonderful advice, Sir Jaime. Again, we'll see you later in in our Q&A part. Okay, now we will proceed to our quiz competition. Then it will be followed by our Q&A part. Okay? Please go to slido.com if you want to join our quiz competition. Then I would like to remind everyone, please support us with your like, share, tag, and don't forget to mention your friends in the comment box because this encourages us to do better. A lot of participants in IGP quiz. Our code is IGP quiz. That is at slido.com. Guys, come on, this will be fun. Join our quiz competition. We have already 36 participants. Okay, we have Raquel Manawais, Joel Benazor, Alona Jane Kalansag. Come on, join us. Okay, and now we have already 72 participants. Just go to slido.com and our code is IGP quiz in all caps. And 79? I could see here some names. Hello, Sir Ricky Montano. Hello, Abe Joy Bilbao. Hello to Marlita D. Nilo. To Dennis Yu Achuela. Good luck to all of you. We have now 96 participants in our quiz. Okay, are you ready, guys? We still have few minutes. You can still join us at slido.com. Our first question. Sleep disturbance is an example of physiological stressor. Is it true or false? And the correct answer is true. 96% of the participants got the correct answer. Okay, question number 2. Feels exciting is one of the characteristic of positive stress. Is it true or false? Okay, the correct answer is true. 97% got the correct answer. Decrease Decreased performance is one of the characteristics of negative stress. Is it true or false? I think the correct answer is true. Next number, breathing patterns changes when a person is under stress. Is it true or false? And the correct answer is true. And 100% got the correct answer. Everybody got the correct answer. Which of the following is an example of physiological symptom? Anxiety or rapid heartbeat? The correct answer is rapid heartbeat. Only 48% got the correct answer. Next question. It is an extreme feeling of sadness. What is it? Depression or anxiety? The correct answer is depression. 93% of the participants got the correct answer. Question number 7. Lack of saliva results in A. Dry skin or B. Dry mouth. The correct answer is dry mouth. 97% get the correct answer. Next question. This is question number 8. Thinking and remembering are example of blank process. Is it cognitive or psychological? The correct answer is cognitive. 89% got the correct answer. Firuz Akbarov is leading the board. What happens to our eyes if we are under stress? The size of our pupil is larger than the normal size, or the size of our pupil is smaller than the normal size? What is the correct answer? Okay, the size of our pupil is larger than the normal size. Now we have our last question this time. Relaxation technique reduces tension from the body and clears our mind. Is it true or false? And the correct answer is true. Okay, congratulations to our top 10 winners. You are going to receive a quiz completion certificate. Congratulations to Peruz Akbarov. He got 9/9. Alex Javier Alvarez. Lamberto S. Pilatan Jr. Naung Lat Hatun. Farila Rezahi. Congratulations. And then we have here again Peruz Akbarov, Alex Javier Alvarez, number 2, number 3 Perila Rezahi. Oh, let's see. Alex Javier Alvarez got the perfect score together with Peruz Akbarov. And then we have number 4, Naun Lati. Okay, I could not see it. I think it's very small. Okay, up to congratulations to the top 10 winners. We will be giving you the quiz completion certificate. Now we will proceed to our Q&A part of our program. Okay, let us welcome back our 3 speakers for today's webinar, Ma'am Maria Teresa Andaya, Ma'am Antoinette Saldivar, and Sir Jaime Rahine. Welcome back. Okay, we have our first question here. Guys, you may send your questions and don't forget to address the speaker whom you would like to answer your question. Our first question is from Peruz Akbarov to all our speakers. How to deal with stressed students as an educator? Ma'am Andaya, would you like to answer first?
Good evening again. So, how to deal with distressed students as an educator? So, first, you should talk to him. You should know or rooted out the cause why he has been stressed. Then, after that, I will give him advice, and those experiences that make him stressed, I will turn it into positive so that he will be motivated. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Andaya. Ma'am Zoldivar, would you like to add something on that?
Okay, so good evening. So as an educator or as a teacher, I suggest that there should be a good conversation or establish a good relationship between student and teachers. So in that way, the student have a chance to say or to express his or her opinion, her feelings, or any kind of emotional or physiological stress that deals with lesson, assignments, or any related to the study. In that way, you can communicate with each other, friendly conversation with one another.
Okay, thank you, Mom Saldivar. You're saying that we have to gain the confidence of our student. Is that right? And then let's have with Sir Jaime.
Okay, ma'am. Same with Ma'am Andaya says that you need to ask the student if what he or she having stress, then try to say something to reduce his stress. Then try to visit in their home. Maybe his or her parent are the trouble in making the stress. That's all, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much for those wonderful answers. Do we have our next question? Our next question is from Elga Berberi to Ma'am Antoinette. How to deal with stress if this stress has to be with traveling? How to deal with stress if this
Okay, good
stress has
evening.
something to do with traveling?
Okay, so good evening. Thank you for the question. So I suggest if if that is the case, so first you need to have a plan. Okay, so make a quick and short plan regarding your travel, and then set a priority or set a boundary. Okay, so in that way, you are able to identify who among those stressors or who among those things that may affect or may lead you to have a stress. So be specific or have a detailed plan regarding your activities.
Okay, nice answer. Thank you, Ma'am Saldivar. Okay, do we have our next question? Next question is from Farila Rezahi. To all the speakers, how to manage stress during writing exam. I study a lot, but during exam, I forget almost everything because of stress. So how are we going to manage stress during exam? Let's start with Ma'am Andaya.
All right, good evening. How to manage stress during writing exams. I study a lot, but during exams, I forget almost everything because of stress. So, first, I suggest as an educator, you should see to it that your student is relaxed. Then, if you can see that he or she is being stressed, then you ask him after the exam. So you let him or her um, finish her exam. Then afterwards, after the whole day, then you let him
Excuse me, ma'am. I think you are muted. Ma'am Andaya. Excuse me.
Ay, sorry po.
Okay.
Okay. Um, I'll repeat. So during the writing exam, so if you see that the student is almost stressed, so you let him or her finish it first. Then after the time for that exam, you talk to the student. Then why this happened? What are the causes? Then if she or he can retake the exam, you would give him or her a consideration so that he will be able to look at that exam in a positive way, but not in a negative way. So we can help them by giving an extra time if he feels this. So retake the exam so that he can overcome his stress. Perhaps the subjects that he is taking the exam is very difficult for him, so he forgot everything when he saw the exam paper that is very difficult to him. So you let him finish, then assess it. Then after that, you uh, ask him why. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Andaya, for that nice answer. But to Ma'am Saldivar, I want you to answer the question in the learners or pupils' perspective, how to manage stress during writing exam.
Okay, so again, thank you. So for me, I suggest you should know or you should learn how to study efficiently. Okay, so you feel more relaxed if you systematically study and practice the materials that will be on a test. Second, study ahead of time. It's much better to study a little bit over time than cramming your studying all at once. Okay, so spending your time in the same or similar places. Okay, so that it can help you recall the information you need at test. And then don't forget to eat and have a plenty of sleep. Kasi your brains need fuel to function. Okay? So sometimes a student focusing on reading, remembering concept, but it's very hard to do that if your brain do not have enough energy to function. Like what I said, cognitive function, it's very important because it has something to do with remembering and thinking. Okay? So that's all.
Thank you, Ma'am Zaldivar, for that very nice answer. Sir Jaime, would you like to say or add something?
Ma'am, actually, uh, to manage stress during writing exam, I study a lot. During exam, I forget almost everything because of stress. You need to talk to that student. Then, if the student forgot everything, then give her or him a time to take the next time so that he will be okay, or maybe he uh, will be in a nice feelings.
Okay, thank you, Sir Jaime. We have a next question from Ruth Tabs to Ma'am Antoinette. What is best technique to relieve stress, especially for me as a house parent? Technique to relieve stress.
Okay, so thank you. Me also, aside from a working mother, I'm also a housewife. So I suggest one of the best technique is planting vegetable or trees in our backyard. Okay, so and then spend quality time with your kids. I know when we try to play with them, it's quite messy, but enjoy the moment playing with your kids. Okay, so set aside first your different houseworks, household chores. Set aside it first. You enjoy the moment playing with your kids. Okay, treasure the time, treasure your bonding with them.
Very nice answer. So let's enjoy being house parent. Do we have our next question? Do we have more questions? Next question is from Ivy de la Rama. I think this is for all speakers. What would be the best intervention for students in times of pandemic, especially in distance modular learning? Let's start this time with Sir Jaime.
So I think the best intervention for student in terms of pandemic, especially in distant module learning, is this like this webinar or Google Meet. We need to call them one by one so that we can share. We can ask them what are their feelings during answering their modules. So like that. No? That's it, ma'am.
Okay, we need to contact our learners and we have to ask how are they. Next, let's have our answer from Mom Andaya.
Okay, ma'am. For me, I would suggest the intervention for students in times of pandemic, especially in distance modular learning, since it is for the students, it is very stressful. So we give time for them to study the module given to them. Then after one module, you give them a break so that they will not feel that they are full load of this modular learning or these modules given to them by their teachers. So they should be given enough time to do it. So we have the time given to them for each subject. Then see to it that through our contact with them through online, so we should have the kumustahan or we are going to know whether they answered their modules or how many percent of the modules they have already learned or they have already answered so that we know on how they go with these modules given to them. So since this is pandemic, so they cannot go out, so they can have a time to learn, time to study, time to do something that will uh, release their stress, like bonding with their siblings or bonding with their parent. Then after that time, they will go back to their modules. So that's it. Thank you.
Okay, I like your suggestion about kamustahan approach. That is asking what they are doing and how are they at this time of pandemics. Now let's go to Ma'am Saldivar.
Okay, so for me, I think it is the best is to keep a positive relationship with the students and family. Okay, so as a educator, as a teacher, you should have a positive relationship not only on the student but also on the part of the parents, because in this kind of learning now, in the kind of our education system, we all know that parents is our co-workers, our partner. Okay, so in that way, we were able to identify or we can extend our time with them to have different or make time for them to, especially for the student, to talk about what are those factors or what are the things that make them hard for when it comes to lesson. So try to reach out to those students, especially in times of pandemic. So positive outlook, positive relationship with students and parents is a big help to conquer this kind of stress in times of pandemic.
I would like to add something to that. I think we should always give them positive feedback to lessen their stress.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and also developing camaraderie with both the students and the learners. Okay, do we have our next question? From AK Ad Hickory to Mr. Jaime. How can overcome the psychological problem in classroom? How to overcome psychological problems in classroom? Sir Jaime, this question is
So,
for you.
to overcome the psychological problems in classroom, maybe I suggest to validate the feelings of the student, then dialogue for the student to feel comfortable discussing their challenges or their concerns so that you may know what are their problems in terms of psychological factor.
Okay, that completes our question and answer for today. To all the participants who actively participated in our Q&A part, thank you so much. And to our three speakers, thank you for spending your marvelous time with us. And thank you for your comprehensive answers. Thank you, Sir and Sir Jaime, Ma'am Andaya, and Ma'am Saldivar.
Thank you, everyone, ma'am. Thank you, IGP.
Okay, now please note daily our certificate details. Lifetime membership certificate, only one in every session. Quiz completion certificate, only 10, that is the top 10 in every session. Free international webinar certificates for all active participants. So all you need to do is to wait for the code that we will be giving later. There is no relation between quiz completion certificate and international webinar certificates and webinar series certificate. Quiz completion for the top 10 quiz competition winners and international webinar certificates for all our active participants. Announcement, we have a free international webinar daily, fixed time 6 p.m. BST. So daily we have our free international webinar, and then we have a double bonus with regular webinars. Along with our regular webinars, we also have added webinars on every weekend. That is Sunday morning for the month of October. October morning session is October 24 and October 31. That is 9:30 a.m. BST. And then, other than double bonus, we have our triple bonus. Starting from October, we have webinar series program. You will get individual certificate for each webinar, and after submitting all the certificates, you will receive a webinar series certificate. Then, these are highly focused on teaching strategies, research, assessment, pedagogy, tools and techniques, professional development, and communication skills. That is our triple bonus here in IGP. Our first webinar series program is already on its third part. That will be on October 7. Topic is authentic assessment in teaching and learning. That was on October 7. That will be on October 7. And our second webinar series program has 4 parts webinar series. Our topic is teaching English as a foreign language and assessment. Part 1 was October 26, Part 2 October 6, Part 3 is October 20, and Part 4 is October 24. Then our third webinar series program has 5 parts webinar series, topic, digital classroom engagement tools. We are now on the part 3 of that webinar. Part 1 was November 1. Part 2 will be on November 1. Part 1 is on November 1. Part 2 is November 7. Part 3 is November 12. Part 4 is November 20. And Part 5 is November 28. And then our fifth webinar series program. The topic is organizational leadership and managerial skills. Part 1 is on November 8. Part 2 is November 15. Part 3 is November 22. Part 4 is November 25. And Part 5 is on November 30. It will be a 5 parts webinar series. Organizational leadership and managerial skills. Then our sixth webinar series program is about trends and innovation in mathematics education. Part 1 is on December 12th. Part 2, December 13. Part 3 is on December 14. Part 4 is December 15. And the last part, that is part 5, that will be on December 16. Trends and innovation in mathematics education. Webinar series certificates. For webinar series certificates, you have to attend all parts of the series. You have or you must attend all 5 parts of the webinar series. Let's proceed now to the certification process step by step. Important note, without an account on our website, you can visit, but you cannot do anything functionally. So therefore, you need to create your own account at www.eduigp.com. Today's certification process, you can join our all live programs from Facebook page, Facebook group, YouTube channel, and website. If anyone missed any program due to unavoidable issues, still you can attend previous webinars with verified certificates. Without an account on our website, you can visit, but you can't do anything functional. Okay, today's certification process, the date today is October 22. Certification link now available in comment box and pinned comment. Certification link will be available always in this program post, that is Facebook page, Facebook group, and YouTube channel description. Certification process. You can claim your certificate in 2 ways: direct link from our comment box, pinned comments, or post description. If you are not able to click in this link, please go to www.eduigp.com, then click enroll now. Then, if you are new, create your account. If you have an account, if you have an account, then log in directly. After that, find seminar title and get enrolled. Without an account, remember, without an account on our website, you can visit, but you cannot do anything functionally. So you have to create your account. Your account is a must. You cannot enroll if you do not have an account. Today's program name, Stress Management Amidst Pandemic. Our code for today, IGP 4512. Without code, no one is eligible for certificates. With code, you can claim your certificates anytime. Remember, without an account on our website, you can visit, but you can't do anything functionally. Please take a screenshot of this code or take note of our code for today. That is 4512. Our topic is stress management amidst pandemic. Then, click Get Your Certificate. No, I mean, you have to type IGP 4512 first, then click Get Certificate. Certificate code is required before you can get your certificate. Then, finally, your certificate will be ready. Dear participants, if any problem is raised, you may contact our Facebook. Okay, let's proceed with our upcoming webinars. October 23, Inspiration and Motivation to Learn New Skills. That is on October 23. We have 2 speakers. This will be for the evening session. And then upcoming webinar on October 24, morning session, 21st Century Teaching and Learning Demystified. We will have 2 speakers from Indonesia. 21st Century Teaching and Learning Demystified. That will be in our morning session. Next upcoming webinar, October 24. This will be in the evening session, Teaching English as a Foreign Language and Assessment, Part 4. This will be the Part 4 of our webinar series, Part 4. That is October 24. Next is upcoming webinar on October 25, the process to be a Tibet trainer. We will have a speaker from Philippines. This will be in our evening session. And next is Authentic Assessment in Teaching and Learning. Upcoming webinar, October 27. Innovative Ways to Teach Research in Distance Learning, October 27. We will have 2 speakers from the Philippines. That will be an evening session. Upcoming webinar, that will be on October 28, International Political Economy. We will have a speaker from the Philippines, that is Professor Bob A. Aguilar. Another upcoming webinar on October 29, evening session, Work-Life Balance Professionally. We will have a speaker from the Philippines. This will be on October 29. Next upcoming webinar on October 30, different teaching modality in the evening. This will be in the evening session. We will have two speakers from India. Different teaching modality, October 30. Then on October 31, Women on the Web, a study of women on YouTube. We will have a speaker from India. On October 31, we will have gamification, the future of distance learning. We will have a speaker from the Philippines. This will be on October 31. Once again, we are presenting our code for the day, that is IGP 4512. With code, you can claim your certificate anytime. Without an account on our website, you can visit, but you cannot do anything functionally. Please take a screenshot of our code for today. And our topic is stress management amidst pandemic. Okay, to my fellow knowledge seekers, I would like to thank you for attending today's session. Hopefully, you have learned something new today that will be useful in your life. If you learned something or we have been helpful to you, even just for a little bit, please leave a review on our page. Don't forget to collect your e-certificate and give a check-in with IGP. Please spread the information with your friends. We hope to see you again in our upcoming webinars. Thank you so much. Stay happy and always stay safe. I am your host once again, Maribeth from Philippines, signing off. Bye.